Hey there, folks. This is DMC Jedi Man. Uh, First off, let me wish everyone viewing this a very Merry Christmas. I'm filming this a little ahead of time since I won't be home on Christmas, but I wanted to do something special for everyone for Christmas, and I got a pretty cool idea I'm going to do here. Before I explain what's going on, don't forget if you like my content, be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay notified when I upload next. So, I've made it no secret that my favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. I just love the action, love the humor, the explosions, the F bombs that are dropped. It just resonates with me more than any other Christmas movie well, it is my favorite. I mean, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation comes close, but just not close enough to knock it off its pedestal. So, in the spirit of Christmas and Die Hard, I realized I could do a reading of the Die Hard Christmas storybook called A Die Hard Christmas. Now, as you can see, it's illustrated. It's not a very long book, so it won't take too long to read through. And I figure that's a fun little way to acknowledge the holiday and give you guys a little content for Christmas Day. So let's get on into this. This is DMC Jedi Man reading A Die Hard Christmas. This book is written by Doogie Horner, not to be confused with Doogie Howser, and it's illustrated by J.J. Harrison. And if you do want a copy of this book, I think you can find it pretty easily on Amazon or eBay or other book places. This is the illustrated holiday Christmas classic, Die Hard. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and up in the tower everyone was partying except one wallflower. John McClane missed his wife. Things just weren't the same since Holly had moved west and changed her last name. He tried to win her back, but still she said no. Well, unbeknownst to them, there was trouble below. A truck had pulled up, and who should disembark but 14 men whose intentions were dark. They spoke not a word and unloaded big crates. They cut the phone lines and locked all the gates. Carl swept the ground floor, shooting every guard dead, while visions of bearer bonds danced in his head. John took off his shoes, making fists with his toes. It actually worked. Well, what do you know? When out in the lobby there arose such a clatter, he sprung to the door to see what was the matter. When what to his wondering eye should appear, holy crap! There are terrorists here? John hid under a table where no one could see, and watched Hans question Mr. Takagi. I'm going to count to 3. There will not be a 4. Give me the codes to open the vault door. I don't know the codes, so go ahead and shoot. Okay, said Hans Gruber, and ruined Takagi's suit. John tried to call the cops by pulling an alarm, but instead called the bad guys who tried to cause him harm. But John killed Tony, who had very small feet, and sent him to the terrorists as a Yuletide treat. He put a Santa hat on the German, and eyes all aglow, wrote, "Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho." Carl was furious. Tony was his brother. He chased John across the roof, and they shot at each other. John was able to escape through the ventilation shafts. "Come out to the coast," he sighed. "We'll have a few laughs." At Nakatomi Tower, Sergeant Powell appeared. He checked the whole lobby and saw nothing weird. He was pulling away, but he didn't get far before Marco landed on the hood of his car. Powell drove away backwards, screaming in fright. "Welcome to the party, pal!" John yelled with delight. More police arrived, the FBI and a SWAT team. But Hans didn't mind. It was all part of his scheme. More rapid than eagles, his henchmen they came, and he radioed and shouted and called them by name. Now Eddie, now James, now Franco, now Uli, on Fritz and on Carl, hair long and unruly. They shot at the SWAT tank with a surface-to-air missile and knocked it away like the down of a thistle. Now John McClane was angry indeed. He blew up 2 terrorists and called them jerkweed. Ellis told Hans, "Bubby, I'm your white knight." Hans shot him dead, giving the hostages a fright. Hans went to go check on the explosive's fuse and saw that poor John wasn't wearing any shoes. John fled from Carl and Hans, but alas, he had to run barefoot over sharp broken glass. His feet, how they hurt, his soles oh so bloody. John crawled to the bathroom and called his good buddy. John was weary and ready to throw in the towel until he got a pep talk from Sergeant Al Powell. Powell was chubby and plump, and a right jolly old cop. He trusted the cowboy in the tattered tank top. But a reporter was probing into McClane's life and revealed that Holly was actually John's wife. Hans quickly flipped over the gold picture frame. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. McClane." His clothes all tarnished with ashes and soot, John staggered to the roof, bloody and barefoot. The explosives were wired to the rooftop with care, in hopes that the hostages would soon be there. John warned everyone the roof would soon blow, as the chopper strafed him with high-powered ammo. Around his waist he tied a fire hose tight, and, screaming an oath, jumped into the night. He dangled in the air and gritted his teeth, while flames encircled the tower like a wreath. Fiercely fighting his way back inside, John yelled out, "Hans!" He was done trying to hide. He limped to the vault like an old man on crutches, only to find Holly in his filthy clutches. John dropped his gun, put his hands on his head. It seemed that he and Holly would soon be dead. But with a secret gun taped to his back, John shot Hans in a surprise attack. Hans fell out of the window, still holding Holly's arm, and slowly, deliberately raised his firearm. The tenacious villain held on by his nails till John unhooked Holly's watch and said, "Happy trails!" Bearer bonds fluttered like fresh fallen snow as Holly embraced her blood-spattered bow. So Merry Christmas to all. Be kind to one another. And most of all, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And we even got a little shot of Argyle and Holly punching out the reporter. The end. That was a Die Hard Christmas, as read by DMC Jedi Man. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I know it's a little different than what I normally do, but I wanted to have something special for you guys to watch for the holidays. I know on this day I'm probably going to be watching Die Hard. In fact, I may be in the midst of viewing it when this episode drops. But I hope you've all enjoyed this. I wish every single one of you a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday if you don't celebrate Christmas itself. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace, everybody.